Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, giving honor to my sister, brother Chief of Abdul, street law soldiers that are in the ancestral realm right now, as well as my family members and comrades who are in the ancestral realm at this time. As always, giving honor to all of you, especially those who lost their lives in the Middle Passage for our existence to be here today. The only way we will be able to be here today in this form, speaking, was at the expense of our ancestors and the sacrifices that they made with their lives for us to have life today. And we shall always honor the ancestors, those known and unknown. Also all our heroes and sheroes. And for you brothers and sisters out there, especially those who are fighting for the liberation and salvation of the black nation, all you revolutionaries out there, brothers and sisters, you know, that we may step up and possibly see with our own eyes the liberation and salvation of the black nation. If not, lay the foundation down for the generations to come and pass the baton and the torch on to those who will fight for us, that'll be here after us. And may we give them honors with the greetings, Hotep, Black Power. And what I want to talk about today is what is it that we need to do to come together to achieve black liberation and salvation in this day and time. Because a lot of us, to be honest, brothers and sisters, a lot of us are just bullshitting, you know. And I have issues with those who just want to cash in, you know, off the blood, sweat, and tears of the poor, you know, making justifications to receive money. You criticize them for spending their money somewhere because they're not spending it with you. But what will you do when they do spend it with you? How will they benefit from it? We all, you know, and I'm not saying that our movements, of course our movements and these organizations, I'm talking about the organizations and movements that are true to the game. The ones that are willing to get down and do whatever it takes. And even if it's the spilling of blood for our liberation. Of course, we need finances and things of that nature. But we have to give our people something besides a whole bunch of criticism. Give them something to build on. For example, the street law soldiers, we're looking to link up with other movements and organizations so we can feed. We want to feed every hungry black stomach in the country, really in the world. When these babies over Haiti are eating mud, children, little babies are eating mud to fill up the gaps in their stomach so they can still survive, in hopes that they'll be able to have the luxury and their dreams will be fulfilled of having a meal. The same meal some of you ignorant motherfucking niggas throw in the trash from Popeyes, and when you working in McDonald's and you working in these fast food stores, and these brothers and sisters coming in that they don't have enough change or don't have any money, they want something to eat, and you turn your nose up at them, you know, and turn them away, you know. you're gonna have to pay for that too. That is a moral and spiritual violation. But yeah, some of you motherfuckers that do that, you go to church and holler Jesus this and Jesus that and all this bullshit, but yet you don't do any of the work that is written in those scriptures about certain individuals that went around feeding and clothing people. You practice none of those principles because you have become a fucking slave to racism, white supremacy. And a lot of you Africans, you motherfuckers that come from the continent, some of you are good, some of you are good, some of you understand the plight, some of you understand the struggle. But it's those who have been colonized by the Catholic priests over in the motherland prior to coming here that has promised you glory in exchange for sexual favors in Africa. In other words, a lot of you men have got on your knees and sucked the white priest's dick under the impression that you're sucking God's dick to get over here in America under the Catholic Church, under the white Catholic Church. And these white Catholic priests, a lot of them are not even official priests. They have paperwork, they have ID cards printed up for them, and they have the attire to make it appear like they are priests from America. But when they go over there, they go and trick y'all, and they're really nothing but pedophiles and fucking faggots that are raping and fucking the men and the women and the children and the babies over in Africa. And so, you know, you're pissed off when you get over here because you've been instructed through an orientation and have been shown pictures and footage of the worst element of black life in America, such as gang violence and drug addiction on the streets. And you've been instructed by these crackers not to engage and interact with the quote-unquote African Americans over here in this motherfucking colony called motherfucking America. And then that's why a lot of you motherfuckers walk past us with your noses and shit turned up. You know, and it creates tension. It creates a great deal of tension. Because I don't have a problem taking your motherfucking head clean off either. I have no problem with that. Taking whatever Kofi and Nunu and all that bullshit, you know, that was your real names. Then you come over here, now you want a motherfucker call you Charles and, you know, Bill and all this bullshit. No. I don't have a problem knocking your motherfucking head on the sidewalk either. Anybody that's against the black man, period, whether through self-hatred or whether through white supremacy, you are my goddamn enemy, and I have no problem dismantling your motherfucking ass. Straight like that. You know, I want to give a shout out at this time to some brothers and sisters I haven't seen in a while. Brother Darren Muhammad in Baltimore, who has a weekend radio show called State of the City. Hotep and Black Power to Darren Muhammad. Also to the Reality Speaks organization led by Chairman Jabari, Natur, Sister Yah, and the other brothers and sisters over there in Baltimore City that have been putting in work for 30 years or better. So now back to the subject matter at hand. You know, so it's the same way with the Latino race as well. No problem at all dismantling you motherfuckers either. Because see what you do, before Trump came in office, you motherfuckers, you know, you were going against us too. You went against the black race as well. You went against the brothers and sisters in this country too. And then when Trump mentioned closing, putting the wall up, closing the borders, now you motherfuckers want to act like, you know, we all one color. We're your brown brothers. We are your brown. No, motherfucker. Stay with the crackers. You motherfuckers are crackers, man. You motherfuckers are crackers too. There's only a few of you motherfuckers, you know, and those are the dark-skinned Dominicans that these white Spanish motherfuckers show prejudice against them too. Any dark-skinned Cubans and Latino brothers and sisters, y'all show prejudice against them too. Cause some of you motherfucking Spanish motherfuckers think y'all white. Some of y'all think y'all white. And Trump is showing you motherfuckers where you stand. You motherfuckers don't run nothing. And if you're not careful, you motherfuckers gonna end up doing free labor, 200 years of free labor, and get fucking deported or get exterminated along with the attempt to exterminate us. So you can fuck around if you want. Cause we really, black, we don't need no motherfucking body to defeat racism, white supremacy. You know, we just had to get the coons out the way. We got to get these selling out negroes out the way so we can go ahead and deal with this motherfucker head up. And see, a lot of you motherfuckers be thinking, he has the army and all. No, he doesn't. Crackers don't have the entire military. You got just as many blacks in the military in position to drop bombs and do the same motherfucking shit them crackers do. Cause a Navy SEAL ain't nothing but a motherfucking maroon. The maroons, all that shit them Navy SEALs do, floating underwater and all that shit, laying in mud. The maroons did that during the entire period of physical and chattel slavery in the South. From fucking Virginia all the way to Florida. You can ask the Seminole Indians down there that. You know, because Andrew Jackson was supposed to have been this ruthless motherfucking cracker that wasn't scared of nobody. But he didn't go down in the maroon colonies. Because they would have took his motherfucking head off. So you need to, you know, I know my motherfucking history. I know my shit. The street law soldiers, we just waiting to link up with some people. First of all, we got to feed and clothe our people. We got to feed and clothe them. Then we educate them. After they're educated, then we exercise and make sure they're in good physical shape. They have the knowledge. They have the physical abilities. Then we need to arm them. After we arm them, then we need to start putting in the motherfucking work. It's just that simple. Yeah, and then we can put the work in. That's how it goes, you know. And then we stand up as a motherfucking race of people. Then our demands need to be met. Reparations. The redistribution of the wealth. Proper housing. Proper education. Get all these white teachers, all these white professors and shit out of these black institutions. Replace them with knowledgeable, conscious educators to re-educate our people. Not because you're black, because some of you are teaching our babies that same poison that the motherfucking crackers is teaching. Wear green on St. Patrick's Day. The day is Columbus Day. He discovered America. All this bullshit. Some of you niggas are pushing that shit to these babies in this day and time. And you need to be dealt with for that. You need to be fucking dealt with. So, you know, replace that and tear down that whole goddamn education system, you know, destroy it and put a brand new educational system up, teaching our babies who they really are, that they're gods and goddesses. I remember a few years back working in this particular facility, and I was with the youths that were pre-trial, you know, and these jealous motherfucking niggas came to me and said, you know, they have a problem with me because I'm teaching these boys, telling them that they gods, they black gods. Don't tell them that. You know, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Lie to them? I'm not lying to them. I'm telling them the truth. They are black gods, bitch. The fuck are you talking about? So as you know, I left that joint. I left that fucking facility. Because once again, like I said, you have niggas, you have negroes that push that same agenda on these babies as well. They need to be eliminated. Get them out of there. You know, make these babies stand up. Make them stand up. Put that basketball down. Throw that football in the goddamn trash. Put them, only time you need them boxing gloves, you know, you don't fight anybody that looks like you. All your boxing matches are going to be against Mexicans, motherfucking sellout Africans and crackers. And you train to beat the shit out of them. Beat them to death in the ring. So, you know, and re-educate our babies. Make them stand all the way up. You know, let them realize who they really are. You know, Brother Umar Johnson had the right concept in a lot of ways in terms of how he would run his schools. But at the same time, as you see, you had those same niggas, you know, that was criticizing that brother. You know, that wanted him to continue to teach, you know, the babies that same regurgitated bullshit. You know, not saying, you know, Umar Johnson's, all his approaches and techniques were correct. However, when it came to teaching, because he's highly knowledgeable in dealing with children on the academic level. He's about the best we got going right now. You know, I know no other that is more knowledgeable than that brother in that field. You know, but he needs to stay in there, stay in his lane. You know, and you know, we have to, you know, once we do that, educate them, feed and clothe, redistribution of the wealth, everybody have decent housing. You know, not wearing Jordans and all that bullshit and LeBrons. Fuck, get rid of that shit. Get rid of that bullshit. That money can be used to build more educational centers, more jobs, than to walk around, you know, looking like you getting ready to go on stage, you know, at Madison Square Garden for some rap fest, opposed to being dressed like a scholar and a fucking warrior, prepared to teach your babies the same information that raised you up. Teach your seeds that. Don't teach your baby, have pictures on Facebook with them wearing all this bullshit. You know, like that shit is cute. That shit is not cute. And it says a lot about you as a parent. That you're educating your babies with your goddamn wallet. You're not educating them and telling them who they really are. You're just making another slave. You're creating another slave. So, you know, this is, you know, I'm through with all that you know, all that watered down bullshit, you know, all this browbeating each other and all this shit, having these fake forms. Then now you think you're doing something because you may get David Banner or somebody, on the forum. And there's no disrespect to David Banner, but I believe he's being used. They're about to use him too. They are about to use him, for money. If he's not careful, he'll be on them same panels with Tavis Smiley and Cornel West and them, talking that same bullshit. Because they'll let you, in those forums, see, they know who, they can control what they're going to say. But let's put some real goddamn G's up there. Let's put some young motherfuckers up there. Get a young Pharaoh or somebody. Young Marcus, and I'm talking about some young motherfuckers that have knowledge. It's just like in church. These pastors, 60 and 70 years old, they've been on the pulpit since they've been 35, and they don't want to pass the goddamn baton to some young, fresh blood. Pass the baton, step down. You got a goddamn pamper on, you still want to preach. Pass it to that motherfucking youngin' that just got out of cemetery. That's what I call it, cemetery school. They have knowledge of these scriptures. That's in his early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. Get him up there. And put the twist up there. Put some swag up there on the pulpit, and open the door so the young motherfuckers can come in. Some of y'all still preaching to the same people been going to your goddamn church for 40 and 50 years. They come in there walking, dancing, jumping up and down the Holy Ghost. Now they still coming in there in wheelchairs, crawling, and all this bullshit. Let them young motherfuckers, get them involved. That's why they do what they do, because they're being blocked out of so much shit. Let them get down. Let them get involved. I want to see the babies. I want to see the babies young, because I work with the youth. I've been doing it forever, and I will do that the rest of my days. Is work with the youth, work with the homeless, work with substance abusers, and continue to lecture, and continue to be a researcher, continue to be a scholar, continue to be a warrior, a good husband, a good son, a good father, a good brother, a good uncle, a good nephew. Because see, all those things will fall in place anyway once you know who you are. Because then you have nothing to prove. Because see, I don't go around family and friends proving who I am. I let my actions speak instead of doing a whole bunch of talking, trying to convince you. I let my actions convince you. Just like today, Mother's Day, according to the cracker. So this the only day you supposed to look out for your mother? Or if your mother is an ancestor, this is the only day you supposed to go to wherever her final resting place is, which is in you. Which is in you. You've been trained to look up in the sky like some people up in the goddamn sky walking around. And that, you got to be a sick, crazy motherfucker to think that or believe that. But this cracker wants, this Mother's Day is next month. Mother's Day is the month after. Every motherfucking day. And see, that's why a lot of black families have so much disarray and fucking confusion and chaos, because of the fact that you single these days out, whereas you're supposed to just honor your people on certain motherfucking days that this cracker has given you. And then you wonder why the family is so fucked up, because all black families are fucked up. All of them. It's just that they try to, when people come around, they, especially other family, they try to play like everything is so intact and everybody's doing so good and everybody's together. And when people act like that, that just show you that they really fucked up far more than they can imagine. Because it's an act, them trying to play like everything is okay. If I'm fucked up and it's a family member asks, you know, how you doing? I'm fucked up. I'm not gonna say I'm alright. You know, love it or leave it. You know, because, you know, sometimes family can be, you know, at this point in time, you know, they become more of an enemy than a motherfucking cracker. Because a lot of them base success on how much is in their pocket or what they driving. And not what they know, not their knowledge base, not the principles that they stand on. Because when you think like that, you have no principles anyway. You're not dealing with any type of fucking morality, nigga. You just a goddamn Negro that the white man has given you some motherfucking, giving you a position. And the first time you get out of line or act like you're trying to know who you really are, your ass is out of there. So you play accordingly. And that's when you hear niggas, you hear the slaves say how much they make. You know, how many slices of bacon they get a year. Man, I make, you know, 60, 70, you know, that ain't including overtime. They ain't including overtime. Sound like a slave, man. My boss told me, man, I could go home. You sound like you are on a plantation. You sound like you're neck up in indentured servitude. You know. That's why I say, you know, redistribution of the wealth, we don't have to worry about that. Our true brothers and sisters, you know, don't have to worry about that because they'll be their own entrepreneurs. And like it used to be, the mom and pop stores. Don't you know Henry Ford, that cracker wasn't the first one that made the first automobile? The Patterson Car Company. Which Mr. Patterson, a black man, designed the first and the best car, was far more durable than Henry Ford shit. Who that cracker, Henry Ford, who he got to help putting the transmission together from George Washington Carver. That's why I say do your goddamn research, do your homework, man, so you can know this shit. So when you confront these crackers, when they try to talk that shit and try to, you know, browbeat you or try to out-intellectualize your ass, you can come up, you know, and split his motherfucking wig with some swag and a twist to it. Put a gangster twist to it. So, I'm going to be getting back with y'all shortly. You know, I'm going to go and break bread. And, you know, I hope that, you know, I made some sense and got across this, somebody. You know, hit my comment box. You know, especially for those who have, brothers and sisters that are incarcerated and you want them to correspond with me. You know, and if they're not too far away, you know, I may be able to come and visit them. You know, you never know till you try to help your brothers and sisters or your comrades that are behind enemy lines at this time. So hit the comment box with your information and number. I'll give you a call, you know, and also, you know, promote, you know, get other people to subscribe. So I'll know, you know, where I stand at, you know, and what topics I need to discuss and how deep my research needs to be. You know, based on the knowledge base, you know, that I'm plugging in to the video clips. So I'll see you all tomorrow. You know, creator willing. Hotep. Black Power. I'm gonna let Tupac Hearts of men. The hearts of men. Rest in power, Tupac. Hotel.